Space, and we're back with the Space Station Podcast. And we are back with another lovely guest. I'll let you introduce yourself, my brother.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Ayo Cannon. We here, man.
I've been waiting a long time for this episode now. I mean, a little too long, but we here finally. I'm back. I've been going through some things. That's why I've been waiting, actually. Not him. You can't blame the guest now. I mean, he's new here. But I'm back. I'm better. So we here right now. So my brother's Eddie Cannon. So you're a music producer.
What's up? Yes, I'm a music producer, audio engineer.
One thing I want to ask you before you get into all that, like, what are you, bro? You giving me like DJ Drama, Swiss Beats vibe.
Like as far as my race?
Yeah. That's
I'm Puerto Rican, white, and black.
Oh, all right.
So I'm a mutt.
So you're black and white, basically. You just said.
Nah. You gotta throw the Rican in there, feel me?
Well, you know they black too.
Yeah, you could throw us in there in the mix. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I gotta get love to all my Spanish people, man.
Of course. Know what I mean?
Facts.
But so you're music engineer and a producer. So like, when did you start getting into when did you find your interest in music?
I found my interest in music probably around 7th grade. I always was interested in music, but as far as creating my own, it was definitely 7th grade.
7th grade, so what was you, like 13, 14?
13, 14. It stemmed from, dancing, actually, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't making music at first. I was actually dancing and editing videos. And the editing videos got me, into computers, which, then my boy introduced me to FL, then it was just over from there.
All right, what dances was you doing?
I was jerking. You know what I'm saying? That was my at first
shit.
It was jerking and getting light, but just something about that West Coast vibe, man. I was super into it, and I just got engulfed in that, man. I was obsessed with it.
See, like now with me, I was into West Coast shit too. Mm-hmm. See, like we was talking before, we got a lot of comments.
For sure.
I was always a West Coast dude, so like getting light was cool, but I was really rocking with that. I was jerking. I had skinnies on, all colors.
Type shit,
my Spectros or my Vans on. You know what I mean? Fucked up, ripped.
Yeah.
We was out there Raymond. We had our shit, high class retro kids. I still got I posted a picture of that shit the other day. You know what I mean? But we used to get into it. Shout out to my engineer, by the way, Neko.
For sure. Vlados was good for skating too. I don't know if anybody used to skate or fuck with that, but Vlados was good for skating too.
See, I never skate too much, but I didn't know like the material was valid. They had the grip on the bottom.
Yeah, so they had that thick like the bottom. Yeah. You could do like stand on your toes for hours on that shit.
Yeah, bro. I don't even know what that shit that move is called, but niggas that used to do all that, my knees are still fucked up from pin dropping too many times.
For sure.
But off that little tangent, back to your music. So you said you started around middle school.
Mm-hmm. Started around middle school from the dancing.
So like, do you remember like the first song you ever produced?
Like as far as somebody recording on it, or like first beat just in general?
Well, actually, not to jump around too much, but I was listening to some of your content earlier. It looked like you used to make Jersey club beats.
Oh my goodness, yeah. That was like
I'm from Jersey, so I had to ask about that.
Nah, for sure, bro. Honestly, that's what gave me the real like success that I needed to see that to feel like, yo, I could really do this. Like seeing what I did with that at such a young age with no money, like I was just making random club mixes on my in my room. You know what I'm saying? Like 14, 15. Putting them up on SoundCloud, seeing what they do, and
DJ J Hood shit.
Honestly, I was talking to him, connected with all of them. Like,
so you met these people?
I didn't meet them, but as far as like talking with them and there were certain like groups back then, and I was in most of the only group I wasn't in was Empire Music Group, but every other Jersey club group you could think of, Jiggy Dat, Hilfiger, AMG, like I was down with all the crews, man, all the DJs. Shout out to all my Jersey producers out there, man.
So I was gonna say, are you from Jersey?
I'm not from Jersey. I'm from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Born and raised?
Born and raised. Bethlehem, word. Back and forth between Bethlehem and Allentown, and then I stayed 1 year in the Poconos. You know what I'm saying? In the woods.
But you definitely got Jersey love, though. I definitely
I fuck with Jersey, man. I fuck with Jersey.
So who besides like Jersey club DJs, like, have you connected with any like big names or anybody that's like on their way to being a big name?
Producer or artist wise?
Producer for now.
Producers, I want to give a shout out to my boy Swizzy Mac. I connected with him.
Real familiar.
Swizzy Mac, he did Philly club music, and it's kind of like Philly club music was more a more aggressive style of club music. Like Jersey was more dance battle, you know what I'm saying? Dance with a girl, maybe, you know what I'm saying, do a little. Philly's like that shit go like I don't know. Philly club music just is so aggressive, so rough, and he was like the pioneer of all that stuff.
Okay.
And I looked up to him when I was making club music. I met him through PUBG Mobile.
PUBG was out that long ago?
No.
Well, how long ago were you doing that?
Well, I was doing that Jersey Club since young. I met him like last year on PUBG Mobile.
Okay. I was about to say,
like, but that's somebody I connected with. That's a big like he's signed with I think the Diplo's label, Mad Decent.
Oh, so he's
Major
active.
Laser. Oh, he's super active. He's a DJ. He's out London. He's super active. He's super active. Shout out to Swizzy Mac, man.
Or shout out to him,
but also, so I would say Swizzy Mac is somebody from a Jersey Club producer or a DJ that's big that I connected with, and we got some work. DJ Low C4. I don't know if you know who that is. That's a big Jersey Club producer.
like these names are from, cause like even being from Jersey, there are certain songs I like J Hood. He's probably like the pioneer of the shit. So like Heartbreak, I was on that.
Yeah.
DJ Lil Man, I was on that.
DJ Lil Man, yeah.
But I don't really know too many artists, but these names sound familiar.
Those two right there that you just named, and DJ Frosty, I'm gonna throw him in there. Those three,
he was that nigga, yeah.
Those three, those were the kings of Jersey Club. Those are like the pioneers. They led the way. Those were the top three. And DJ Lil Taj is kind of keeping it going. He's the head honcho right now. But shout out to all the Jersey Club producers, because it's not. That's something that I felt like. It's still like I thought it died, but it's still to this day. I go to the club, I go on the radio, and there's club music.
Niggas is sexy walking and rocking their hips somewhere.
Yeah,
somebody's doing something.
It's crazy, man. It's still living on to this day.
Yeah, so I was asking, besides like club producers, have you met like, not to say like a fucking Timberland, but this is empty spot. Have you met somebody on that level, or have you talked to anybody like that?
So to be honest, somebody I look at as like my mentor, his name is Denny, some young guy. He just got signed to Interscope with Justin Vari, and this crazy you brought up Timberland, because when they had a label meeting with L.A. Reid, who's a big like label.
Of course, niggas know who
L.A. Reid.
I know who L.A. Reid is. The audience might not everybody in the audience might not know. I know who L.A. Reid is.
L.A. Reid told Denny to his face that he's a Timberland caliber producer, and what him and Vari got going on to just keep going, he's going to be one of the best. Well, he is already, to me, one of the best producers in the game. You know what I'm saying? So to see what he did with him and Vari coming out of Allentown.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's from Allentown.
He's from the Bronx. He's from 183rd in the Bronx, I believe so. We shot a video up there, so I think that was his area that he's from. But I know he's 100% from the Bronx. He just moved out here. I think like 7th, 6th grade.
And how old is he now?
He's 17.
17?
17. Yeah.
Oh, so he definitely not in my age bracket. I can't say I knew of him or heard his name around or none of that shit.
But you're talking about the producer? How old is he?
Nah.
Oh, the artist. Yeah, Rari's 17. But yeah, Denny, I would definitely put up in that bracket of somebody. He's from Allentown. That's another big inspiration, because it's like, bro went to Allen High School. You know what I'm saying? He's from Allentown. He started in a garage in the back of his mom's house. You know, grinded, built his studio to a point where he started making enough money to support himself and his family. And, you know, him and Vari connected. They built what they built, and they ended up signing the deal to one of the best deals. Not like they didn't just sign like a crazy deal, like some what's it called, 360.
Yeah,
they signed like an actual good, like a deal.
Where they gonna start seeing some money.
Mm-hmm. Like,
you know,
yes,
60 deals. And
yes.
It's over. I don't know the details of them,
but
deals, but
the blueprint he laid out, I'm definitely trying to follow with my brother, No Juice Q. I feel like we have enough music, and we have the sound and the talent to be able to do that ourselves. Sign a deal, like a duo deal through Interscope with a producer and an artist.
And that's your main tent, you and No Juice Q?
That's if I'm anybody's producer, because I don't like to say I'm somebody's producer. You know what I'm saying? I'm the world's producer. I work with anybody, but
I respect that.
If I'm anybody's producer, I'm No Juice Q producer. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the only person that could be like, yo, that's my producer.
Now, before I get into questions about him a little bit, my man's RJ the Guru.
Hey.
I had likened y'all to Metro Boomin and 21, or I think Offset, I said in Metro Boomin. I said
Yeah,
somebody in Metro Boomin. You mean Metro Boomin, of course.
Yes. RJ is the person that showed me FL Studio. Like, he showed me, like, yo, you were editing. He was like, yo, you're editing the videos and stuff. Like, you learned that pretty fast. Like, try this shit. Like, we want to make our own music. Just fuck around with it. I went, fucked around with it on his computer, went home, downloaded it. It was over from then. Like that. Like, so he literally, shout out to RJ, because without him, I wouldn't have been making beats.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so what's y'all relationship like nowadays? Like, I always see y'all in the studio together working, but is it deeper than that?
Oh, it's totally deeper than that. RJ is somebody I look like as a brother. Growing up, a lot of people didn't want to take him seriously. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much work he put in, it just seemed like people wanted to, you know, throw shade on him. And you know, when you're actually around him every day, you see the type of connections he make, the type of work he actually puts in on the ground. It's like, all you can do is just tilt your hat to the man. You know what I'm saying? He's a hard worker. He improved like drastically with his music. He's relentless. And I feel like all you gotta do is keep going, keep building his fan base, and he can make it happen. He can you know, he could make a living off music. You know what I'm saying? I really believe he could do that. And you know, I'm actually proud of him. For me, because he could have, he could have like quit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never seen somebody take that much stuff and keep going like nothing happened and actually growing and keep. So shout out to my man RJ. Keep knocking down those walls, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because
when he was on here, he showed you the same type of love. So I know y'all connection is real. I definitely.
Oh yeah. He could start making music tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'll still be rocking with RJ. You know?
And he's one person, because I don't really listen to too many local artists, but he's one person off rip that I was like, I fuck with his music. That's one person I always fuck with.
Word.
You and Q, how many projects have y'all made together? Or like, have y'all put anything major out?
All right, so me and Q, we got one song officially out, which is Shoot Your Shot. And that song was like local banger, everybody playing it. Well, technically, I made Notifications. That's another one of his songs, but I didn't get no credit for it. That was my first.
No credit?
Yeah, I didn't get no credit.
Did you want that? Or
yes. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not saying, like, did you want to have no credit? Or did you
no, I wanted credit. This was like probably this was the first song that somebody recorded to my beat that I actually felt like, damn, this song's fire, this is good. And I didn't get the credit because I collabed on it with another producer. And that producer, you know what I'm saying, he said that the file deleted and that he had to remake the beat. Therefore, he said basically, like, I get no credit. Even though I did the whole drum pattern, like all the drums.
That sounds like some
counter melody.
Slime shit to me.
For sure, but
if you ask me,
at the time, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, I'm gonna smack you when I see you. But, you know, looking back at it, he hasn't got nobody on the song since. You know what I'm saying? I got the whole valley. Like, ever since that, it really showed, like, I was just like, fuck it. Like, you don't want to give me credit? Watch. I'm about to really, like.
It was like karma, pretty much.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I can't ask for, you know, a better turning out, how everything's really coming together and everybody supporting me. You know what I'm saying? I'm really appreciative of all the love I'm getting lately.
Yeah, that's one thing that's kind of prevalent in the rap game, our genre, that certain producers are not getting proper credit. Or they weren't in the past, but now you see producers like coming out with their own albums, like DJ Mustard, fucking Metro Boomin.
Huge inspiration. That album was so crazy.
So like, how do you feel like? Obviously, as you said, you were mad, but like when you see other producers getting cheated, you definitely feel some type of way.
I feel some type of way because it's a community now. I feel like a couple of years ago there wasn't a huge producer community. Like, there wasn't producers collabing OD like 10 years ago, however many. Like, it wasn't like that. It was like, this is me, you know what I'm saying? You can't know none of my sounds. You can't know nothing I use. Like, it's a secret. This is my sauce. Go figure it out yourself.
Trying to keep this shit in the tuck.
And some people are still like that. But the producer community is literally it's the best time to be a producer. Everybody's sharing. We all want everybody to win. We're sticking up for each other. We're connecting other people to artists that we may not be able to get to. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of my little side hustle. So a lot of people think I'm just working with a lot of Valley artists, but I'm sending melodies out to bigger producers who then send packs to big artists. So I got a couple beat packs floating around with artists, with producers from New York and around the country that are floating around in some big artist emails right now. So that's like my little side hustle, as far as working with producers and stuff like that. I really feel like the community enables me to do that, you know. And
this is keeping you afloat. You are seeing, or you are eating off of what you're doing.
For sure. I don't have a job, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I do.
You ain't have to divulge all that. You know what I mean?
This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? Making beats is my job. You know what I'm saying? This is what's gonna turn the lights on for my family. I'm gonna provide for my family through music. You know what I'm saying? That's my goal, man.
Yeah, I see you putting in the work, and I definitely respect it. I definitely do.
For sure. Appreciate it, man.
So I was listening to your stuff earlier, and you have a pretty nice sound. Like, is there any producer that you would liken yourself to, or you believe you in your own category? Like, fuck these niggas, but like, nigga, I'm doing my own shit. Like, I don't sound like many of y'all niggas. Or
nah, I would say a Hit Boy, because Hit Boy doesn't have a sound. Hit Boy pulls up the studios. What do you need? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you want to do Afrobeat? Let's do Afrobeat. Like, if somebody, I got a request to do alternative pop. Never in my life have I made alternative pop.
So you don't even do just hip hop rap?
The shit I got out is nothing. You know what I'm saying? I let people, you know, judge how they want, and, you know, but I have so much stuff in the works. I can't wait for next year, so people can really hear, you know, how creative I can be and how different I could be with the beats. It's not just like the new school trap type beats. You know?
So I was wondering, how is the creative process when an artist comes in the studio and y'all get to work? Mm-hmm. Like, what's the process?
If I'm with an artist, I look at them and I say, "What do you want to do?" Like, yo, what vibe are you in? You sad, man? Like,
so you get this. They don't come to you be like, "Yo, I want this type of."
It's better. I mean, it's better if they do. Like, I try to get it out of them, because like, for example, first time RJ came, he's like, "Oh, I need something with feeling, kind of lovey." Boom.
That's like his style.
Cook that up. Last time he came, he was like, he couldn't really think of nothing. Then I just started cooking up. Then he was like, "Nah, I want a cold winter type of vibe." So he'll kind of throw stuff out like that in general, or he'll just play me a track like something like this. But yeah, if I'm alone though, it's kind of random. It's kind of just click, click, play. Once I hear something, I'll just go off that. I don't like to really be like, all right, I'm gonna make an R&B beat right now, or I'm gonna make a trap beat. Like, I'll make the melody. What's this melody sound like? Pitch it up, pitch it down, reverse it, do whatever, whichever sounds cool. Then once I'm fucking with the melody, throw them hard drums on there, and it's over. You know what I'm saying? Throw the tag in there, send it out.
So pretty much on the fly shit.
Yeah. Well, when I'm cooking up alone, but when I'm cooking up with people, I ask them for a direction, but if they don't got it, then, you know, let me do what I do, and we're gonna cook some heat regardless, you know.
Word. And as I was listening too, I know you as a producer sometimes, well, I'll say this first. There's a couple songs, niggas not doing justice to your beats, man.
Hey,
so before you go further, I was gonna say, like, I know, or is there times where you're like, yo, man, what the fuck is this nigga saying on the mic? Or is there times like where you're frustrated with the artist?
Bro, that's 99% of the music, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially being in studio sessions or just listening to your music. I had a big problem with that when I was putting beats out on YouTube. And so if you go on SoundCloud and you search Zeta Cannon with spaces, like Zay space the space Cannon, you'll see a whole bunch of songs. Then if you search Zeta Cannon, no spaces, there's a whole nother group of songs. So most of those songs are from people downloading my beats from YouTube for free and recording off their like phone or some shit. I don't know what they were doing, but it sounds crazy. Okay. So yeah, there'll probably be a 15-year-old that never contacted me. He just got it off YouTube. Let me record this beat's fire. But then you got songs where people are like, yo, they pay me maybe, I don't know, back then I was like doing like $20 at least, $30, and they get the beat too. But a lot of that SoundCloud stuff, that anything that's not Grand Kai, Q, Antwave, YP, anything local, and a couple others outside of that, they got that from YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason I stopped doing YouTube, bro. That thing, right? Exactly what you just said.
So you don't put nothing on YouTube, and people got to hit you up directly for a beat.
Mm-hmm. I'm on my exclusive type time. Not to say I won't upload to YouTube or put more content. I just hit over 1,000 subscribers like a month ago, and that's kind of just based off the content that's on there. I was at like 950 for like so long, But I got from like probably 100 to 950 within like 6 months of grinding. My goal was get 1,000 to get 1,000. And I kind of slacked off once I was around like 800, and I felt like, oh, I'll get to 1,000. It'll be there in a month, just because of how fast things were going.
Yeah.
And I stopped uploading. Things didn't go as fast, and it took so long to get that last little 100. But now that I'm over the 1,000, you know, I'm just looking for ideas and stuff, because I have the beats. Like, just when I'm not posting, I'm still making beats. You know what I'm saying? So
you're always just working.
Always. So I have so much product. It's just how to put it out, or how to get it out there in ways that make sense. I don't know if you've seen what I recently just did with the 3 for 50 beats package that I posted on my story. That was a way for me to get beats out that I had just sitting in my laptop, like literally thousands of beats.
So you got shit that people ain't even hear yet, that you just waiting on.
Thousands of beats. Like literally, like,
so yeah, I would
like
say
so many.
In the Zay Buchanan catalog, how many, like, overall time, how many songs would you say you have produced?
Just beats, or like people on it?
Everything that you did, like,
Bruh.
even the Jersey Club shit.
Bruh.
If you could round it off.
I would say I've made in my lifetime over 10,000 beats.
Over 10,000?
Like 10,000 exported projects, ideas, whatever, for sure. Like, for sure.
No, that's a pretty big fucking number. I'll say that.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro, because that, like...
And for somebody that's, like, still, like, that just shows the consistency and the hard work that you putting in.
Oh, yeah, in my mind, I'm nowhere close to making it. Like, I'm still a local producer in my mind. Like, this is, like, the total beginning of my career, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people think I'm, like, up there, and it's like, in my mind, this is literally barely scratching the surface, haven't done nothing, still putting in learning my sound, getting my quality up there, you know, figuring out who I want to be as a man, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying?
All right. Is there any, like, producer, like, that you would like to work with? Like, who are your major influences along with that question?
I already brought up Denny. I've worked with him, but that's one of my major influences. But as far as
you know, like
people,
Dr. Dre's of the world, the Timberlands, Swiss Beats.
Honestly, I would want to work with this producer named Bugs Ronan. He's from East Stroudsburg, but you know, I think he lives out in LA. He works with Grand Kai, or has worked with Grand Kai.
I do like that you showing love to the local guys. Even
but
with,
honestly,
I respect that.
He's like, fuck local. He's one of the best producers in the game.
Well, you're coming from PA, you know.
Fuck PA. And in the country, like, he's really that good. Because he lives out. I don't know if you know that be Molly Rob.
Yeah.
He lives with him. Like, they're close like that, and they produce tracks.
Whose tag is that?
That's Molly Raw. He's a producer from Philadelphia, and together they live in LA right now in a mansion. Sorry to be putting out all your business. He probably like, how does he know all of this shit?
Yeah.
I'm in tune. You know what I'm saying? So he lives in LA in a mansion. They live together. They've produced for Uzi on The Love Is Rage, which was one of his best projects.
East Stroudsburg, dude. He was on that project.
Yes, and he's on Young Band's new project. He's on 2K20 track list. He's working. He's really putting on. And
what's his name?
Bugs Ronan. And a lot of people, you know, they chuck up the title to me as, best producer in the Valley. I know East Stroudsburg's not the Valley, but people, there's producers in the Valley that are crazy. Other than me, there's artists in the Valley that are crazy that you haven't heard of. Like, people need to open their mind, just because it's the small little valley. There's a lot of talent here.
I think what it is, people, they can only consume but so much. So I feel like right now, we're in the Valley, so this is what we're going to pay attention to. Then people eventually they're going to gravitate towards other parts of PA and then expand abroad and all that shit. But these dudes, I feel like they definitely going to get their shine. Because if he on 2K shit, I know I heard this.
Well, he's getting his shine. He's you know, he's somewhere where I would like to be in the future, you know, and he's also working to a goal to where he's trying to get to the next level too. So, you know, I fuck with his movement. But that's a producer I haven't worked with that I would like to work with. As far as like a bigger name that you guys, you know, might know or be hyped to know, Chop. I don't know if you would know Chop Squad DJ. He's under Young
Squad,
Chop.
I definitely,
He's under Young Chop, but he plays the keys like Bach and Beethoven, and he goes crazy. So he's a big inspiration. Scott Storch, like if I could get if I can get in the studio with Scott Storch for 30 seconds, I would. Because that's all he needs on the fucking keys anyway, you know what I'm saying?
That man's still incredible. Let
Scott Storch play a melody out. I'm snapping on that shit. Like, any type of style. Nav, he's an artist / producer, so.
Oh, yeah.
His sound is so crazy.
Do you do any rapping? Do you do any, like.
In my head when I make beats, but it's more flows, not, like, I'm not sitting there, like.
Trying to make bars and shit.
Yeah, nah. I think a couple weeks ago was the first time I started writing hooks. And recording it with the voice memos with the beat playing, and I send it to Q like, bro, I hear your voice, and he was like, bro, you're evolving, like keep doing this. I love that shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's some interesting shit.
Yeah. So, sorry to cut you off.
I was gonna say, so you don't see yourself being like a Pierre Bourne or a Kanye?
I don't want to put limits on myself, but as of now, no. Yeah, I don't see myself recording unless it's a reference track. Like I could see myself recording a reference track and then sending it to like an artist like. Yo, what like do your little, do your kind of take this and do your own type of style. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would see myself doing stuff like that. But as far as putting out music, I don't know. I don't think that's for me.
No, I respect it. One thing I wanted to bring up is, and if you don't want to speak on it, feel free to cut me off. It seems like the streets are going to be missing you, man.
Yeah.
So if you want to speak to that, so what's your situation looking like? You might be having some legal troubles.
Nah, yeah. So I've been dealing with stuff like this for a pretty long time. Like honestly, since around the same time, 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? Like the same time I started doing music, or at least started being creative enough to dip into other things. At the same time, I started getting in trouble. So, that's like kind of when I first got in the system, and ever since then I've been on probation for this, that. But recently, I got a little situation that happened 2 years ago that I was going to go to trial. Okay. So I kept saying trial. They kept pushing it back.
Fighting for your freedom.
You feel me? And they started dropping charges. I had 11 charges on me. One of them being a felony. They started dropping them, and I wasn't gonna. I was going to trial unless they dropped a felony. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, as long as y'all trying to try me with hit me with a felony, I'm going to trial. So they started taking charges off. Eventually it got to a point where they're like, we're not asking you no more. It's trial or plea. And I was like, trial. And then they started putting everything in motion. And then my lawyer, and this whole time my lawyer's telling me plea. Like, you're gonna have a white jury. They're not gonna fuck with you. You got arrested out of college. They don't fuck with college students.
White justice system.
They're gonna roof you. This is what my lawyer's telling me, people, like my lawyer. So I'm like, damn, like, and in my case,
the lawyer, they just worried about getting paid that money. They're not worried about your best interest. Not all the time.
Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately that's true. But going through it, I got a felony already. I pled guilty to something that I didn't do. But I knew if I would have fought, I would have got way worse. So I was on 3 years probation for that. And then this situation happened. So I was scared I was going to violate it. So that's why I kept saying trial. And then they ended up taking down they took down out of 11, they took off 8. So I got stuck with 3 charges. I'm not going to name what they were, but
of course not.
The felonies wasn't there. So it was looking good. I pled guilty to those 3 charges. And my sentencing was recently. And, they sentenced me to my sentence I got. I'm not going to say that either, but I'm happy with my sentence. So if people...
Is it a long time or short time?
Short.
All right, cool.
It's short.
Cool.
You know what I'm saying? It's I'm not going to be no years, not even a year. I'm going to be home 2020 for sure. But, it's just stuff you got to go through when you make decisions, Like, I really want to use this as... kind of an example to the youth, to let them know, like, I was a knucklehead. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't making the best decisions, but it didn't hold me back when it comes to chasing what I want to do and my passion. You know what I'm saying? And I was still able to build all of this and a name for myself and a brand while going through court like 4 times, 5 times a month. You know what I'm saying? For different things, like being on probation in this county, got to check in with this county, call this dude, piss test over here. Be scared he's about to violate me. Every phone call, you're like, damn, are they going to send me? Like, every court date, are they going to send me? Like, is this going to be a violation? How much time? It's just, but honestly, it's the music, the people I've been surrounding myself with lately. That's what's been getting me through all of it. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, I've been holding my head high. And you know, even, they can lock me up, but they can't lock me like mentally.
They can't hold you down.
I'm in control. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in total control. So,
and that time is gonna give you some time to think. Now, I mean, get yourself right.
That's what the judge said. That's the only reason he said he gave me time. Like, cause I come to court prepared. I never miss nothing with probation, nothing. And that's like good advice. If you ever are in the system, people, please listen to your POs about, like, show up to, don't miss a date, because when they do come to sentence you, they will be lenient. They will give you probation. If you're messing up being a knucklehead, they're just gonna lock you up for something petty. So that really worked in my favor, you know.
Making smart decisions.
Yeah, like, so if you do get caught up for something, don't try to be like, yo, fuck the system. They trying to hold us down. Like, if you actually did it, like, there's times I was arrested for stuff I didn't do. In that case, you could feel that way. But for the most part, you got yourself in that situation. You have to, you know, hold yourself more accountable. And I see that with a lot of people. You know, they get themselves stuck in a situation. They want to say, fuck the system, fuck the judge, fuck this dude. But
like, nah, you fucking up too. You're not
the name of the game is to not get caught. You could do what you do, people. I'm not saying be, you know, like, be a total square. You got to have your shirt tucked in and all that. I'm saying, if you do what you do, know there's consequences. And if you get caught, you know, so you got to man up, and you just got to take that time and not blame nobody else for it. So that's the stage I'm in right now. I'm not blaming nobody. It's all me. You know, and like I said, I'm happy for the sentence that I got. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could have been doing 3.5 years right now. Plus got resentenced for probation, which probably would have been another couple shit. I could have been upstate right now, and I'm going to just do some petty little county time. So I'm super happy. You know what I'm saying? My head's not hanging low. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And I've been to jail before. Like, that shit's nothing crazy.
We're going to be showing you love, man. That's what I hope.
I appreciate all of you and all the support I've been getting. Like, thank you to everybody. For real.
Word. Now, not to stay on sad stuff, but, you know, recent news this week. Rest in peace to Juice WRLD.
Oh, yeah. Rest in peace, Juice WRLD, man.
21 years old. Unfortunate. Everything. Unfortunate timing. Unfortunate that it had to be him. Or nobody deserves to die, really, if they're not. Like, but, you know, just a crazy-ass situation, man. 70 pounds seized on the private jet. Apparently, he swallowed several unknown pills. Had to be perks.
Yeah,
is there artists that you meet where they have sort of these same kind of addictions? Like, and what do you do to help if you can, if you do go through that?
For me personally, fortunately, I worked with a lot of solid-minded people. Like, a lot of people I work with, they're not into stuff like that. And honestly, that's kind of a turn off for me. You know, if I do see that, I'm gonna try to help in any way I can. At least if I don't know you like that verbally, I might send a message or something like that. But I know it's very hard to, you know, just hit the switch like I'm done with this stuff, especially stuff like
that's just not easy. It's
like lean or pills. You know what I'm saying? So my condolences out to Juice WRLD. Honestly, it's super sad. Seeing that he was one of my favorite artists.
He was very talented and
super talented.
It's so sad because as talented as he was, it seemed like he couldn't catch a break when it came to like his music. He was getting sued left and right for bullshit, I feel.
Music getting leaked.
So it's like music getting leaked. It's like, as a person that was suing, like, how do you feel now? Like, this is a young kid. Don't you think being sued would kind of add on to his depression or whatever he was feeling for him to even be taking those drugs? Like, he just turned 21, so these are kids.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure,
they're just trying to make a way for themselves. So like, I feel like he was going through, from what we could see, he was going through a lot, and then he's probably going through a lot that we didn't see. Yeah,
there was probably a lot going on behind the scenes. I mean, me, I dig deep into stories. I don't know. I just like to really.
I am the same way.
You know what I mean? Like, I might go the extra mile. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm a producer, so if I make 3 beats, I have a probably like 15, 20 minute, like maybe play a video game, maybe just decompress, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to overstress. So when I'm like in these little in between making beats, I'm like, I'm going through all the news articles. I'm going to Juice WRLD's page, who he was following, seeing like the real people he was close to,
around him and all that,
and the pictures they got, and the messages, the captions they write, and you're just seeing the type of person he was. There's no bad. I didn't see anything bad. It was just
like drama. Like he was never in beef. Never seen him come at another artist or anything like that.
And one thing, going back and watching his content, like I knew he was a crazy freestyler, but God,
bro,
like
we used to sit here and watch some of his shit. He would just bring up a lighter and he could rap about it on the fly. Bring up a comb, he's rapping about it. Like he was really
like I've seen videos of it, and I acknowledge that. I'm like, yo, he's crazy, but I don't seeing that he passed, like waking up, and it was the morning. Like I feel like everybody woke up to it because what did he pass? Kind of.
I remember for me, I was gassed. It was like 1 o'clock. Well, at least when I started seeing it posted, I was 1 o'clock. I was playing Vice City, laying in bed. Paused it real quick. Go check my phone. Fucking Juice WRLD passed. Like, bro, I couldn't. I stopped. I stopped playing the game.
It's like shot.
My PS4 was running for like an hour after that because I was just like, yo, what the fuck is going on?
I feel like everybody felt like that, honestly. And usually when stories break, it's like blank and blank is in the hospital going through something. It's never like dead. Just off rip.
They said off rip. He just
first post dead. I'm like,
not
whoa.
even critical.
Yeah, not like Juice WRLD taken to hospital, like dead. I'm like, whoa. Like it almost doesn't seem real, especially because it was just his birthday. So
last week.
Yeah, so you see all the love, and you see all the love posting about him so recently, and then you wake up. Me personally, I woke up and I seen a picture, and it was like, this can't be real. Like, no rest in peace, and it was just Juice WRLD, this can't be real. I'm like,
that triggers something, like something's not right.
This can't be real. Like, damn, hopefully he didn't get shot. Hopefully he didn't, because that's the first thing, unfortunately, that I think artists post shot, like, and seeing he suffered a seizure, and then also that seizure challenge on TikTok. Did you hear about that? There was a Juice WRLD before he died. There's a Juice WRLD. This is before he died, not after.
Oh, okay, but still.
So it's ironic. You know what I'm saying? It's like there was I think it's to the song "Lucid Dreams."
I never clicked on it,
room. Yeah.
But people were saying like, "Yo, this ain't even funny no more." I'm like, "What are they talking about?" So that's what it was then. Basically.
That's what it was. So if you go on TikTok, there was a little challenge. It's called Juice WRLD Challenge or whatever, and it's like, I still see the shadows in my. But in some part of the song, it starts to stutter, and it's like, and then the people have water in their mouth, and then they start to like act like they're having a seizure, and that was before he died. So it's just so crazy that was a challenge, and then that's the way he ends up leaving this earth. And
apparently he had like a little bar where he said 27 club, we not gonna make it to see 21. He barely saw 21.
Yeah, that's
only 21 for literally 4 days.
And that's something that's so crazy. I feel like with a lot of the young artists that did pass away, what seems like recently, like X, Peep, there was like a weird nostalgia around it. Like there's always something that's like weird about it or going on. You know what I'm saying? Like with the X thing, people are trying to link this and that. Like people are always trying to make a conspiracy out of all these deaths. Like, what do you think about that? Like, I feel like, me personally, I feel like people should just leave it alone and not try to formulate stuff when it's so, like, it just happened.
I'll say this, like, being in that industry, I'll say nothing is, well, I can't say anything. Certain things are not too far-fetched, right? But these young kids, I don't believe they're on that level where they're being targeted by a higher power and they got taken out, or like it's some conspiracy. Yeah. No, unfortunate shit is happening. These young kids, most of the time, have no guidance. You don't have somebody telling them no, or just trying to show them the right way. Or he just be in the wrong situation at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't think everything's a conspiracy.
Yes.
And one thing I want to touch on too about like him getting on the love, or just like people need to shut the fuck up when people die and people show people love. Like either you show love or don't say anything at all. Like it's not showing fake love, saying rest in peace to somebody when they pass away. Not like, because I've seen a whole bunch of shit since he passed, like, oh, nobody was looking. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Not everybody's thinking, oh, Juice WRLD might die tomorrow. Let me go listen to his whole catalog.
Yeah, exactly.
Just in case. Like, nobody's fucking doing that.
Yeah.
Nobody's thinking, oh, this nigga, he about to, something about to happen to him next week. Like, no.
Yeah, and it was so
You know
sudden.
what I mean?
Like, so sudden.
We're a human being. Most of us as African people, we revere the dead. We celebrate. We don't necessarily mourn and be sad. We want to celebrate the life that these people lived or that the ancestors lived.
Yeah.
So we did things to celebrate that. We showed love. We didn't fucking say, oh, when somebody died, we didn't say, oh, we didn't know him, so that's not important.
Yeah,
it may not. It might be that, but don't say anything.
Yes.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking show your respect or just be the fuck quiet. Because that shit pisses me off. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it was a homeless dude under the 8th Street Bridge. If he died, rest in peace to that fucking man.
Yeah.
I don't care if I knew him. I don't gotta know nobody to say rest in peace if they fucking died. That's somebody that lost their life.
And especially with Juice WRLD, like, he made music that touched people's hearts.
Yeah, this is somebody
it's not just like some random guy. Like, this people was crying, probably on the verge of suicide
This
damn
is somebody's
selves.
son. This is somebody's
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know if he had siblings or anything, but that could have been somebody's brother. Somebody's best friend. You know what I mean? Like, think about that shit before you say people showing fake love. Like, that shit has just always been so fucking stupid to me. I had to go on that little rant real quick.
Yeah, not for sure. And it's crazy, though, because it's like people, they just totally disregard the fact that he has millions of fans. Like, what, they're just not supposed to say anything when he passes?
We're just supposed to be, oh, another person dead.
Yeah.
But no, nigga. Show your fucking respect.
So crazy. So crazy the time we live in. You know, I feel like a lot of things are just moving so fast and people are just desensitized to just certain stuff. Like death. Especially, it's
sad,
weird.
bro.
Yeah.
Because it's like, all right, so like, now when you die, I'm going to be like, fuck that nigga. Not really, I'm not going to. But like, that's how I be feeling. So like, so all right, so then when you die, then what?
I feel you.
I'm just gonna, oh, he just another nigga dead.
Word.
That's how you want it to be for everybody. That's how it's supposed to be. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like me personally, I didn't even put a Juice WRLD post, nothing, but I definitely sent my condolences personally.
To his music.
Just personally, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, I don't know, I don't have I don't know. I don't do that. And I don't
it's not even about
look down on people
either.
that say rest in peace publicly, but for me personally,
yeah, and not saying that,
you know, I can't, that's not for me. You know, I give my condolences personally and that's it, you know.
And it's like, not to say like, oh, you gotta post mad picture, you gotta post a whole memorabilia to do. But if you feel like you're saddened enough to the point where you feel like if you want to say rest in peace, there should be no problem. Nobody should have to say.
Yeah, like there's nothing wrong with saying rest in peace. Yeah. People make big deals out of everything nowadays.
Mad picture, like there is a certain like the game. I'm not going to fucking get braids in my hair and try to look like Nipsey Hussle because, like, no.
Yeah, that was
like,
kind of excessive.
Yeah,
that
like,
was OD,
nigga, I'm not
bro.
saying you gotta do that neither,
nah, that
but
was
if
OD.
somebody says rest in peace, like, just let them say that shit.
No, that's crazy you brought it up. That was OD.
Yeah, bro.
Like, I never talked about that with anybody. That was like,
he's weird.
And I fuck with Game, and I felt like, you know, sometimes he tries to force beef or does some force shit for social media, but overall I fuck with him like as a father. He takes care of his family and shit, but bruh.
That shit, like, he looks crazy, bro.
Bro, Game, bro.
He got the braids. Like, he already had the beard, so it's like, okay. But then you got braids, and then you start to use prolific, and you start to use his mannerisms, Nipsey's mannerisms and shit. It's like, all right, calm down, bro.
But at the end of the day, I do think it was all from a good place. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, like, yeah, I know it's genuine, and he like.
But there is a point where even if it's from a good place, it's
like
too much.
Yeah, like, come on, bro.
Yeah,
like,
For sure.
If you say R.I.P. like every day, you do little whatever in the privacy of what you do, cool. But the fact that you doing all this, doing all that extra shit, nah, not doing all that. Not doing all that.
I'll still work with the game though.
That's all.
Do you think it's cool if a producer say I fuck with an artist, like the artist is doing corny shit in real life, but it's popping as an artist? Do you fuck with a producer that is just taking the bag, or would you fuck with a producer more that's like, I don't fuck with him morally, so I'm not even gonna work with him or be around him?
That I do like, cause like me, I'm like a no bullshit kind of guy. So like if you're doing goofy shit, nigga, I'm not gonna fuck with you.
Got you.
But
because I see a lot of producers.
If you gotta eat at the end of the day, so I would say get your money.
Yeah, like right. So perfect example, 6ix9ine comes out, DMs me.
No.
His label's like, we got 100,000. Do 10 beats, you get 100,000 each.
Hey man, don't throw no tag in there. Don't get no credit. Don't get credit on the album.
Nah, personally, I'm gonna have to. Me personally, with 6ix9ine specifically, I have to turn that down. Just because of the way I was raised, the people I grew up with, and the way like they would look at me wild. Like they would be like, bruh. That's why I personally would not do that. I know producers that would take that shit.
Cause I understand you gotta eat, but there's that I would say you gotta draw a line, man. You can't get royalties off that one song. That's one song you're not gonna eat from.
Yeah, and there's lines with it too. Like some people will look at you weird just by working with somebody that's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? Like Uzi. You know what I'm saying? Like some people be like, "Oh, you in the studio with Uzi? Weird."
That's something like nigga,
I'll still work with Uzi. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not doing wacky shit. Like
nigga, no matter what he puts out, that shit's gonna be hot. So I would encourage
if he likes to wear women's clothes, that's him. I'm not wearing that shit. I'm making the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like let me rock.
Exactly.
That's the type of time I'm on with that shit.
That's something like personal, okay? But he
gets
put
to a
other
level.
Niggas' lives at stake. He put other people in jail.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. With 6ix9ine, it gets to a level where you can't. He forced it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He did some shit you cannot respect at all. So yeah, for me personally, I wouldn't do it as a producer. I wouldn't work with him. Fuck no.
Other than that, what else was on the docket? Lizzo having her ass out. Like, come on. Like, ew. I like big women myself, but now you're just taking it too far. Like, you're at a Lakers game. The elderly, shout out to the Lakers. Whoa. We only got like 3 losses on
Purple and gold,
like
never
20
fold.
And like 3 or something.
21-3, and we play at 7, I think.
Word. Other than that, there's the elderly, families, and children at those games. What are you doing?
And the streamers watching.
Twerking. and apparently, I don't know if it's true or not, I saw an article where she's banned now.
From the Staples Center?
Yeah, she's banned from the Staples Center, which is, hey, cool.
Nah, they gotta do what they gotta do.
Yeah, you're because I don't want, if I'm some old white family, I'm gonna be like, no, I don't want to go back there.
Yo.
I don't want to see this woman protruding around with her buttocks out. Like, no.
There's a 9-year-old Lakers fan somewhere out there that's scarred for life.
Yeah,
because of Lizzo.
Somebody's child is bringing that up. Like, mommy, what was she doing?
He thought it was gonna be the best day of his life, and he left seeing the biggest chocolate ass he ever seen.
There's confidence, and then there's just you're just being in people's face.
I thought it was a shirt at first. Like I thought it was one like phony. You know how you see like the 6-pack shirts? Yeah. I thought it was like a fat thong black ass shirt.
She had a fucking long black tee with the ass cut out.
That's intense.
That's all it was.
That's intense.
Like, I don't know, man. Like, these newer artists, they're getting a little too out of hand for me.
Well, didn't she win a bunch of awards? She probably
I know she
crazy,
got nominations.
Right? She probably feeling super good.
She probably did win awards. I'm not too informed on Lizzo. But
no, anytime I get in my mom's car, she's on the radio. So
yeah, she got radio hits and shit. She's eating.
Yeah, so she's eating. And anybody front row at a Lakers game is getting money.
Yeah, like she getting her bag and shit. So
yeah,
I respect that.
For sure.
I respect the confidence, most definitely. But when you're in public events where there's women, children, families, old people, and there's something going on. There's fucking basketball game going on. You're trying to draw attention to yourself while there's a whole event that people paid money for. People didn't pay to go see you shake your ass.
Yo, and she waited till she was on the screen too. That's the crazy part.
Like,
they had her up on the screen. She was dropping it low. I'm like, oh my goodness.
I don't know, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. But
maybe she could. She has more content now to make a new song.
I know she is. She's cooking up something. No pun intended again. She's working on something.
For sure.
Yeah, I was about to say some other shit, but
Did you hear Roddy's new album? That shit is fire.
No, I ain't listened to it. There's a lot of shit I gotta get in tune with.
Production on there is crazy.
I heard that I think it's called War Baby or some shit. Something like it's something.
Okay, yeah. That's from the project.
That's like the banger.
That's from the project. The intro hits. Like if you really wanna, the piano in the beginning, it reminds me of like they tried to do like almost like a dreams and nightmares type vibe, where like the intro's so long and then when the drums come, it hits hard as fuck. It's like that type vibe. I fuck with it OD.
All right, now I definitely gotta listen to it.
Hell yeah.
I was gonna say this been a pretty good episode.
For sure, man. Thank you, man.
Definitely appreciate you coming through.
Yo, thank you for having me, man. This has been lit. I haven't done many podcasts.
This right here for this is one of my favorite episodes. Like this was consistent.
You already know.
Conversation was flowing. Now I mean, you're not like these other niggas. They want to be in here high. They want.
Nah, yeah, but thank you for the blunt though. It was cool though.
Yeah. Oh, bro, you already know, man.
It's some loud. You're not smoking no wax shit.
Definitely had to show my hospitality. You know what I mean, I'm sorry I didn't get to smoke. Usually I do pass it around. You know what I mean, but you know we so into what we was doing.
Yeah, we was into it, man.
Yeah. You want to give out any shout outs? Give out your ads or your follower information?
At Zay the Cannon, everything. Except on SoundCloud, it's like Zay-the-Cannon, which I'm tight about. Cause I used to have the regular Zay the Cannon shit, and that shit got deleted. That was like my Jersey Club SoundCloud.
No, that shit got deleted. No, that shit's still up there, I think.
No, those are all the tracks that I got together because fans told me, yo, you should post all the shit you used to have because my real account got deleted.
Okay.
Due to like when they start going crazy on the copyright type shit. But yeah, so if you want to listen to my SoundCloud, that's what that is. But everything else just Zay the Cannon, with an I, Z-A-I. Yeah, follow me on everything, man. You already know. Shout out to my family.
Twitter,
shout out to all
Instagram,
my supporters. Zay the Cannon, everything. You're ready.
Facebook at all?
Facebook, Zay Johnson.
You know, Zay Johnson on Facebook. You gotta give out the little government and shit.
You feel me?
But yeah.